Sometimes, a machine is powerful enough to get its job done and then some. But other times, it needs a little help. Because sometimes the job is too big or the task is too much of a pain for the basic attachments to be used. Therefore, you need to put on something special. Something that'll get the job done even if you don't think it looks right at first. And throughout construction history, there have been a bunch of these cool attachments made that were built solely to get the job done without any issues. Allow us to show you 9 cool attachments for powerful construction machines. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 9. Next Trencher D250. You've likely at one point or another seen someone go and dig a trench. And there are many kinds of tools to dig that trench, especially when they need to be rather big ones. However, while these machines are effective and efficient in their own ways, when it comes to digging a trench in a crowded city, you can't exactly use the most basic of tools. What's more, there's a lot of mess that tends to come from certain trench digging tools. Enter the Next Trencher D250. This is a machine that, believe it or not, is attached to an excavator and used not just to dig trenches, but to dig them cleanly. Confused? Well, certain massive trench diggers are known to make big cuts and throw debris across the construction site as a result. But with the Next Trencher D250, the machine not only makes a small, clean cut, but it vacuums up all the debris so that the various parties don't have to worry about getting hit. Because of the compact nature of the attachment, it's easy to move around, attach, and operate. In fact, it only takes 2 to 3 people to get everything going. This attachment is perfect for city work and quick trench making, as it can make an 80-centimeter cut in under a minute. Number 8. Duborez 3600. Trees are an important part of the world. There's no way around that. But at times, whether it be through construction, natural order, or storms, they can sometimes get in the way of things, such as when branches obstruct the view near roads or trees have fallen over and need to be removed. Usually when this happens, you'd get a lumberjack or someone with a chainsaw and let them go to work. But this can take a lot of time. A much easier and much cooler way to go about it is to grab an excavator or a boom life and attach the Duborez 3600. Why? Because this Ukraine-made attachment has 3 razor-sharp blades put next to each other that can be put onto the machines mentioned earlier and go about cutting down branches and limbs of trees with literally no effort. The power of this machine can't be denied, and it's used in a variety of ways, including trimming trees at heights that would take humans a while to get to on their own. With this attachment, the danger of cutting down branches is negligible due to how the user is protected within the cabin of the boom lift. Plus, if you need to get branches from a great height, you just need to put the attachment on a machine that can reach it. No issue there. Number 7. The Kimrock KR120. You might look at something like the Kimrock KR120 and think that it's something only used for drilling down through the earth, but that's not exactly true. This unique attachment honestly has a wide array of talents and abilities, including being used for trenching, mineral extraction, softening hard stones, and more. The way its blades spin carve into the earth, but can also chip away at things more softly than a hard blade. Another cool element about this particular attachment is that it can work underwater, making it a very versatile piece of machinery. As if all that wasn't enough, due to it being an attachment, it's flexible. It's able to bend in certain ways to get to hard-to-reach places. In short, this is a multifaceted tool that helps a lot of people in construction and beyond. Number 6. Impulse SV400. You may not think about the act of crushing or cracking concrete, but when it comes to construction, especially construction of areas that need to be rebuilt from the foundation up, you need a device that can help you get rid of the concrete in a fast and efficient manner. The irony of this particular device is that it's not technically an attachment. With the Impulse SV400, you actually suspend it from a machine like an excavator. What happens next is that the workers can go and put square chunks of concrete into the machine, and then the device will go to work and shock and rock, pun intended, the concrete until it's done. The machine doesn't just have power, it has speed. It can do 25 cycles per hour, and due to its design, it's easy enough for the concrete to be situated and then the impulse put over it so that it can go to work. It's a very unique design and one that has gotten a lot of construction workers' attention for the right reasons. Number 5. Stair SKF 950. Here's another construction practice that you likely don't think about at all. Manholes. If you're in a big city area like New York, you're going to see manholes just about everywhere. But have you ever thought about how the spots for the manholes are started? Devices like the Stair SKF 950 can help answer the question in many ways. This is an attachment that can be put in front of things like a heavy truck and then lowered until it hovers over the spot where the manhole needs to be. Then a circular cutting device goes to work and makes it so that it's a perfectly round hole dug into the asphalt and the earth itself. The tunnel isn't there until later, but it does give everything a starting spot. The best part about this is that the machine can be operated by one person, and they can do about 15 manholes in a single hour, which is a lot when you consider how many they need to have in places like New York. Simple, effective, and yet able to be attached to many different kinds of machines. A perfect tool overall, wouldn't you say? Number 4. MB Crusher S23. If you've watched shows like Gold Rush or just know certain construction projects, then you know that getting the right kind of dirt into the rock trucks and into the machines that need them is vital. But when you're digging up mounds of dirt, you can sometimes get unwanted things in it, like massive boulders that can harm the machines themselves once dumped in. That's why there are screening machines that are supposed to weed them out. But those can be damaged, and it takes time to screen them. The MB Crusher S23 is a workaround to that. It's an attachment that's put on an excavator and has a screening deck inside of its bucket. You can pick up dirt and then screen it above the rock truck, and thus it gets the dirt it needs and the leftovers can be dumped aside without much issue. This new step in the process can help reduce time screening by up to 60%, ensuring that it's a vital member of certain construction crew attachments. Number 3. Teledipper Arm. Unique name aside, the Teledipper Arm is another perfect example of an attachment that's meant to help speed up construction site work. Because this attachment acts as a grapple, one that can use its cut cylinder grip to create a cavity around loose material and then lift it up. The arm that is attached is able to go deep down, making it perfect for construction sites that have many layers to them. This can reduce trips from certain bucket machines and yet ensure that the loose material doesn't escape. Number 2. ChemRock EBA. Our second ChemRock device is just as useful as the first one. Drilling and construction is essential to evaluate dirt, judge depths of an acre, and more. But it can be hard to get a full drilling machine into an area for testing. The ChemRock EBA can fix that, as it's a compact attachment that can turn any excavator into a drill in no time flat. Plus, because they're attachments, the drill can be as big or as small as needed to fit the machine, and yet still reach the depths needed for the job to be done. Number 1. Italmec IF18. Yes, this is a real attachment, and it's as terrifying as it seems. The Italmec IF18 is a unique attachment that is meant to help crush and rip apart things like concrete and other building materials. It's able to generate enough force to perfectly help in demolition, construction, and even recycling jobs. It's got good enough width to engulf many layers of material, and all it needs to function is to be attached to an excavator and rotated into position. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the attachments that have been fashioned for various construction machines over the years? Are you surprised by the look or function of some of these attachments and how they do their jobs? Which of these do you feel is the cleverest of the bunch? Do you know another attachment that should have been on the list? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.